Hello, my name is Livia David, and here I am going to talk about secure programming for application development. Imperative, event driven with GUI, concurrent, and functional. In object oriented programming paradigm, objects communicate with each other to perform any task of a program. It is characterized by programming with objects, messages, and hierarchies of the object. Imperative programming paradigm mainly focuses on the concepts such as control structures, errors, and exception handling, and procedural abstraction. In event driven programming, the execution of a program is dictated by the events. In concurrent paradigm, programs are designed as a group of communication process which execute together. Programs written using functional paradigm uses functions block of code intended to behave like mathematical functions. These programming paradigms help in securing the application. They provide best practices for the for a developer to develop a secure application. Security testing. Traditionally, three major techniques are used for conducting security testing of an application, and those are static testing, dynamic testing, and interactive testing. In static application testing, the testing is performed by checking and investigating the source code of the application. The testing is done from inside out. The source code of the application is known to the tester. In dynamic testing, the code of the application is not known to the tester. It is similar to a black box testing. The false positives obtained from this type of testing is comparatively low. The vulnerabilities which can be viewed from outside are usually identified. In testing, interactive testing is similar to dynamic testing, but it allows deeper analysis of the application which provides more details about the vulnerabilities. This technique only supports programming languages such as Java, Python, C, Sharp, and Node.js. Even though various tools are available and are used for security testing of the application which are fast and efficient, these tools have to be followed by a manual code review to surmount the limitations of the testing tools. Manual code review helps in checking the code path to find logical errors in the design and the architecture. These errors are difficult to find using automated tools. Common security vulnerabilities such as authorization, data validation, and authentication can be found using manual review more efficiently. A new approach for security testing of an application may rely on a technology where the tool continuously sends alerts regarding the threats. The notification should be received even though the application may not be vulnerable to such threat. If the vulnerability exists, time is spent in finding the code location and fixing it. This ensures that the application is always protected from new threats too. The most common important aim of a security testing is there is a continuous improvement in the code. Finally, the testing of the application was performed and vulnerabilities were found, and the solution for the vulnerabilities were proposed. Few of the common and important vulnerabilities which were found where good practices while writing the code were not used, such as methods name were not started with lower case. It is always a good practice that the start method name with lowercase and method names with multiple word should have first letter of the second word as uppercase. Uh, it has to be always noted that the database resources should be closed after use. Uh, for logging, for logging on monitoring of the application, a proper logging method should be used. Functions such as system.out.println should not be used for monitoring purposes. Connection string should always be declared final so that changes cannot be made by the attacker and information is not obtained by the attacker. Fields in an object should always be package protected, and password should not be hard coded in the code, and when it is stored in the database it should always be encrypted along with proper hashing techniques along with salt and salts so that the data is not obtained to the attacker.